I was the queen of the school, the most popular cheerleader. Everywhere I went, I was the center of attention, and everyone copied everything I did. But even though I was perfect, my hot boyfriend John didn't appreciate me. He always made excuses to skip our dates, and he just didn't care when I asked him to take us seriously. I finally couldn't take it anymore, so I broke up with him. He thought I was just being dramatic, so I lied and said I already had a new boyfriend. To make it look real, I pointed at a random photo on the school board, a boy named George, and said he was my new boyfriend. John saw the picture and just laughed. He thought I was totally bluffing. He said if I could bring George to him tomorrow, he'd agree to the breakup. I had no choice but to agree. But after John left, I totally panicked. I didn't even know who George was. So my friends and I took George's picture and searched every classroom. We looked forever, but couldn't find him. Just before school ended, we finally found one of George's friends. He immediately went to find George and told him his crush was looking for him. That's when I found out George had a secret crush on me. So I figured it would be super easy to get him to pretend to be my boyfriend. I met him on the rooftop and just told him I wanted to date him. I thought he'd say yes right away, since I was his goddess. But to my surprise, he actually said no. He said I didn't really like him, that I'd just met him, and I was only doing it to spite John. It was the first time a guy ever rejected me. I was completely speechless. Even worse, my deadline with John was coming up fast. John even came over to remind me to meet him by the stairs after school. I pretended to be cool, but inside I was totally freaking out. In the end, I stormed into George's classroom, grabbed his hand in front of everyone, and pulled him out. I showed him a fake relationship contract and tried to get him to agree to be my pretend boyfriend. But then it was time to meet John. I told George he had 5 minutes to think about it and rushed off. John was already waiting for me by the stairs. When he saw me alone, he was even more sure I was just bluffing. I kept looking back, hoping George would show up, but he didn't. John kept sweet-talking me, trying to get me back. Just when I was about to give up hope, George suddenly walked up behind me. He even put his hand on my shoulder and seriously told John he was my new boyfriend. Now I was in a real pickle.